Ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. Alongside tonight, Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. With Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. This game will wrap up the homestand here for the Jazz. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season. The previous season series split right down the middle. These teams were quite evenly matched.
And two teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
Now George following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. Nobody near Lillard. His three-pointer's off the mark. To stand here, we have one of the bright young centers in the NBA, Walker Kessler.
Look, start with this with Walker Kessler, Kevin. A great rim protector. You're just not going to get layups with Walker Kessler on the floor. Then he's an outstanding offensive rebounder, and he's got great hands, which makes him very effective as a roll man in the pick and roll.
So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Here's Markkanen. Off target with the jump hook. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Pass to Holiday. Back to Lillard. Fires from deep. Rebound, Utah.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
3-on-3. Back to Klingon. Down low. Here's Filipowski. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
And it's Thibault in the corner. So the wing on the left. Back to Klingon. Kicks it out to Lillard. On the clock. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Here's Goodwin. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I had a chance to catch up with Will Hardy. I asked him about facing a talent like Damian Lillard, and Coach said, we know Dame is going to be a handful. He always is. He has unlimited range. He's terrific at shooting off the dribble, and if you press up on him, he'll go right by you. He is a difficult cover, to say the least. Guys?
And Allie, thanks so much. The shot by George, no good. Pass to Kamare. Back to Lillard. The kick out to Holiday. Here's Kamare. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Klingon. Back to Thibault. Portland, no good that time either. George looking over the floor. And it's Goodwin in the corner. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
Lillard attacking. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Well, any range is within range for a shooter of Lillard's.
Pass to Filipowski. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Lillard outside. Outside Holiday. Here's Klingon. Now Lillard to the inside. Kessler with the rebound. On the wing, Markkanen. Ahead. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Walker Kessler. That's his first foul. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's ready to talk things through with them.
Substitution on the court.
Here is Lillard to the paint. And slam dunk by Kamara.
Use the pick to perfection. Nice job all around there by Lillard.
And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
And you talk about the rise of three-point shooting, Coach. Damian Lillard has been at the vanguard.
Yeah, I think what Damian Lillard has done, he's been one of the guys, one of the few guys in this league who changed what we think about three-point shooting. Because of his range, he shoots it from deeper than we're used to with most anyone else. And he shoots it off the dribble more than he shoots it off the catch. Damian Lillard's one of the guys who has changed the NBA.
Pass to Bailey. Williams comes with a double team. 6 to shoot. Nurkic. Williams with the block.
Yeah, Williams gets at least one swat a game. He's got great anticipation.
Here's Lillard. Grant outside. Sharp with it. No scoring in this one. And the basket by Lillard.
Amongst the all-time leaders in threes.
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Here's Collier. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
First personal foul, second team foul.
And the free throw, no good. In staying offensively, clearly where the Blazers have the most room for growth.
Well, Kevin, better shooting and playmaking first and foremost. But in particular, improving their rates of assists and turnovers will be key.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Grant gets a wide open look. Off target from three-point range. Here's Collier. 8 points for him. Pass to Hendricks. Oh, good with the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Well, look, the defense has got to push Williams further away, or he'll do exactly that.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Jazz making a change here. And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Making a change here. Jazz trailed by 6. From downtown, off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Now, here's Sharp. Grant on the wing. It's the teardrop, and the layup is good. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
I like wings who can score inside. Grant showing that skill.
Out to the wing. Inside. Rebound by Williams. Trailblazers leading by 5. Here's Henderson. And Henderson throws it down hard.
A little like Donovan Mitchell there. Henderson makes some really tough shots in traffic.
Out left to the wing. Here's Hendricks. And so it's Portland heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be... And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Blazers.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
Here's Markkanen. Portland grabs the miss. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Pass to Sharp. Oh, and the jam by Sharp.
This is out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't. And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And now Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Thank you. The Portland Trailblazers in year 3 of a rebuild, wins are hard to come by in the loaded West, but acquiring young, talented players like Denny Avdia is a nice start. He said, quote, "The team is young, we're real athletic, we all compete, everybody wants to work and wants to improve." Kevin, back to you.
Young and hungry. All right, Allie, thank you for the report.
Explosive in every way. The quick first step, and then you see the hop.
Portland leading by 11. 4-on-3 break. Dives for it. Picked by Williams. Sharp. That's good. Sharp's got 4 this quarter. And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatch back pull up, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill, and then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode.
Name a type of shot Keontae George can hit it, more than capable of scoring at all 3 levels. The defense not putting up any fights on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And here's George for 3. The Jazz again can't hit it.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
It sure is. They've certainly accepted the challenge. The trick now is to sustain this effort.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
And Utah making a change here. He gets that one. George has got 5 points so far.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Abdi on the wing. Now Sharp. 9 points in the game so far. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
He gets right to the rim, but the defense there to deter him.
And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball up until last year. The Jazz, the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
Back to Avdia. Goodwin with the steal. Here's George. Williams with the defensive effort.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Henderson attacking. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
Well, and this is what you love seeing from Scoot, a desire to involve teammates in pick and roll.
Looking for Sharp, and he gets it there. Here's Henderson, and Henderson throws it down hard.
Well, look, if you give Henderson room for liftoff, he's going to jam it all over you.
Williams with the block.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Filipowski in the corner. Will it go? Rebound by Williams. Trailblazers leading by 23. Avdia with it. Now defended by Markkanen.
Phenomenal drive and finish by Avdia. You know his teammates are loving that.
Utah calls timeout. Here's Collier. 8 points for him.
And with every swat, Clingan is earning a reputation as a shot blocker.
Here's Collier. And once again, off the mark by Utah. Here's Lillard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Right, when you talk about the all-time great three-point shooters, Damian Lillard is right up there.
Without a doubt. Steph is the clear number one, but that second spot is up for debate. And it's between guys like Hart, Ray Allen, and Dame.
Will stand one expression you hear, foul baiting. Players using sneaky tricks to draw a foul.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I'm not a huge fan of that, of guys developing that as a skill. But I will say this. It only works against undisciplined defense. If defense has the discipline to stay solid and fundamental, then you're not going to get baited into those things. And a lot of times, those foul baiters end up taking bad shots.
Clock at 6. Here's Hendricks. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pass to Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, we all know this is what Lillard is capable of every time he steps on the floor. He's a prolific scorer.
Here's Collier, and he goes in for the dunk.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Outside Holiday.
Utah foul. Sends it up. First personal foul. Third team foul.
And the Trailblazers with possession here.
Well, so far, he hasn't had the same luck from deep in this quarter.
Here's Collier, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Wow, no problem going right at the bigger defender.
Eibel on the wing. No good from outside. Jazz trailed by 21 to the left wing. Here's Bailey. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
That one is on Holiday.
Team foul.
And when I watch Ace Bailey, I see a wing with unlimited potential. Going forward,
It's about refining that skill set and adding some strength to that frame.
There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the floor.
Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
GA, despite their youth, this Blazers team showing some grit at the defensive end of the court.
Yeah, very disruptive. Length on the perimeter. Donovan Clingan towering in the paint. And Chauncey Billups on the sidelines preaching that hard-nosed approach.
Henderson, no good. Jazz trailed by 20. Here's Collier. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And it's Thibault in the corner. Thibault on the wing. And here we go. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Bailey. Pass to Sensabaugh. 5 on the clock. And Nurkic has it in the corner. No good on the triple.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Making a switch here. There's 10 seconds left in the first half. And then Henderson with the jam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's the Trailblazers just dominating this one. From the Delta Center, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And here is Goodwin. He has yet to score. On the wing, Markkanen. Kessler the screen. They get the rebound. Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Well, Kessler to the rescue, using his size to win the rebound, and then quickly going on the attack himself.
Thibault on the wing. Holiday with it. To the middle. Here's Kamara. And slam dunk by Kamara.
Oh, man, how about the last-minute decision there to pull the shot down and get a better one for your team?
A nice shot by George.
Well, at 6'4", George is a long lead guard. It really helps him inside.
Pass to Thibault. Three-pointer, Lillard. Good on the three-point shot. Lillard's got 16.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
The shot by Holiday, no good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. That sets off a 5-game tour for him. Trailblazers leading by 21. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Kevin. Drew Holiday understands the big picture. He said, quote, basketball is a two-way sport. As much as you train offensively, you need to do the same thing defensively. Doing defensive slides, wall sits, things that help you with your legs and your face. I've done that since I was little. It helps. Back to you, Kevin.
Truly an elite defender. Allie, we thank you very much. An open look for Lillard. And again, it's Portland converting.
Some nights, Lillard can just keep going and going.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And it's Goodwin in the corner. Back to George. And there's the call on Matisse Thybulle. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Markkanen looking it over. And stolen by Lillard.
And how about the stingy defense there to deny that pass?
And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Back to Kamara. And slam dunk by Kamara.
Assisted.
Known for his scoring there, Lillard with a fantastic pass in that screen and roll.
Outside, George. Filipowski in the corner. Good on the triple. Filipowski's got his third basket of the night right there.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Drew Holiday.
Drills it from outside.
And the response triple by Holiday. He's just so competitive.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Pass to Klingon. The kick out to Holiday. Tips it. Now here's George. He has 7. And stolen by Lillard. Nice move. And he sinks the layup. Lillard's got 20 points. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Portland.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
The 3 from George. The Jazz again can't hit it. And since their scrappy play last season, Coach, the Blazers extending the contract of head coach Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, great decision, as well as a renewed contract with the front office. Times have passed, their seats have grown hot, but nice to see that commitment to what they're building.
And so here's Portland. Pass to Holiday. Back to Lillard. Here's the 3. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Lillard's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Now Kamara. 8 points for him. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Teams will foul Klingon. Free throw shooting right now. Something he's got to work at.
Donovan Klingon. 2 shots.
And the second free throw, good. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Here's Collier. He's got 15. They retain possession. The 3 ball. And it's Portland with the rebound. Here's Lillard. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Lillard's got 28 points for the game.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Inside. Here's Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
Man, you can't allow Nurkic to get that kind of position. When you do, he is going to rattle that rim.
Now a timeout called by Portland. And so Henderson will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Grant outside. Count the basket. And that's now 7 points for Jeremy Grant.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
He's off on that one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here he goes. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
Outside, Avdia. And it's Sharp missing. So it's Utah now. Pass to Collier. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Here's Avdia.
Great hops. Avdia got way up there.
No question, Scoot Henderson has excelled from a very early age.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I think it was tough on Scoot Henderson when he first came in the league. The expectations were so high, and we didn't absolutely dominate early. People got down on him, but this is a really talented guy. If we just give him a little time, he's going to be one of the best guards in this league.
Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Just 4 to shoot. Good D by Anderson. And it's Utah's ball. .26 seconds left to play in the third. He takes it in.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Pass to Grant.
Jazz foul.
And Utah making a change here.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. Now into the lineup for your Jazz.
12 seconds left in the third.
19.
Now here's Williams. Henderson, no one around him. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And here's Avdia. The kick out to Williams. Grant for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Grant's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Trailblazers. Pass to Anderson. Stolen by Avdia. To the paint. Here's Grant. Out to Henderson. And as we've seen, Greg, navigating this age of social media can be difficult for an NBA player.
Yeah, a momentary indiscretion can get broadcast to the whole world. So there's a need for caution that's probably higher than in decades past.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Martin. And Grant sends it back.
Well, known for his terrific defense, Grant is so good at getting his timing down to block shots.
To the inside. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to go on Isaiah Collier.
First team foul.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but, man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Well, for Williams, the most important thing is remaining healthy, because when he does that, he's an impactful player. Well, the defense was a little soft. He felt free to take that shot.
Over in the corner, Avdia. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Over to the left wing. Spins. Anderson outside. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Love with the bucket.
Well, that touch never leaves a guy like Love. Sharp around the hoop.
Grant outside. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Anderson with it. Guarded now by Anderson. Avdia.
Denny Avdia.
Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
A three-pointer off the mark.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pass to Williams. Henderson outside. With the drive. Tries to keep it alive. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
Now in the lineup for your Jazz, number 0.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. You know, GA, one great thing about the NBA, well, there are many things, but one great thing is that there's always new talent coming through the ranks.
Yeah, I mean, the future is bright. And Kevin, I really like this year's draft class. Man, we just continue to add exciting young talent to the mix.
And Utah has possession. Outside, George shoots over Lillard. And it's George missing. Lillard outside. There's the drive. And the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got 30 points.
He's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
Taken away by Holiday. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. George with the steal. And it's Portland with the rebound. Lillard outside. Misses in close.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
And finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
That first step of Lillard, deadly.
On the wing, George. Poke loose. Taken away by Holiday. And here we go. Here's Kamara. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. George with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Markkanen. And he banks in the layup.
A 7-footer who can put the ball on the deck. Markkanen is as difficult a matchup as there is.
Lillard left side. Rebound by Nurkic.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. So it's Utah now. Here's Sensabaugh. Off target from outside. Lillard attacking. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Lillard's got 6 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Markkanen. Playing in with the block. Holiday with it. George picks him up. To the wing right side. Lets it go with a three. That's good by Sensabaugh.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Lillard outside. Shot clock at 6. And the shot goes in. Lillard's got 36.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And teams take more threes now than ever before. More than double the average attempts we saw in the 90s.
Well, I think what's happened, Kevin, is we just have more guys who can shoot the ball. So in the 90s, you might have had 2 guys who shot the ball well from 3 and made it a good shot. Now, on a lot of teams, virtually everyone on the roster can shoot the 3. If we have more guys on the floor who can space out and shoot the 3, we're going to have a lot more attempts and a lot more efficiency on those attempts.
Here's Goodwin. The Jazz with another miss.
Well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
Grant for 3. They grabbed their own miss. Stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. Takes a 3. Bailey controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
With good instincts and length, Bailey is a plus offensive rebounder.
And then Henderson with the jam.
A little extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
Not when he comes in there with that tomahawk. That's just too much force. .146 left in the game. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bailey. And they recover it. Lets the 3 fly. Buries it from 3-point range.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Trailblazers.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Lillard.
Well, he was so active defensively, anticipating, grabbing steals, one of the most underappreciated stats in the game.
Off the inbound pass, the Trailblazers pull it in. Here's Henderson, and Henderson throws it down hard.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Left side, Grant puts up a 3. 4 for 9 from the floor with that miss. And here's Utah. Stolen by Henderson. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory.
Porsche sign on my neck, a 60.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Two Ski. Matter of fact, call me Mr. Chase That Cheat.